Hello and welcome to the first episode of a new series I'm doing on PES 2020 Become a Legend, which, if you didn't know, is PES's player career mode. Now I've decided to do it because I almost had, if anything, a nostalgia flashback of when I used to play this game mode endlessly on PSP, Xbox, PlayStation, back in sort of 2008 forward, well we didn't have it in 2008 to 2009 forward all the way to about 2014, and then FIFA kind of took over. I was playing FIFA earlier than that, but there was a brief period where I was using them both. But yeah, so yeah, did the simple stuff in terms of making my pro look like myself, which may be the first kind of link you get to see half a clue of what I look like besides you that already know me obviously. But yeah, we choose to be a second striker, so it's more of anything an advanced cam. So hopefully play in the hole, just off the target man, especially as I know, and you will see that early on in your PES career, for some reason the computer loved to lump up long balls, so hopefully you can get the knockdowns. Although as you can see they do have us playing at Barnsley. So there is a choice here. They have got Cooley Woodrow, who could be a good target man. There's also an ex-Bombay player, Connor Chaplin, who is about 5'6". So if they end up playing him centrally, that may prove to be an issue. Now they have given me number 18 here, so I do decide to try and take 8. It is a number I've wore a lot playing Sunday League over the years. I did eventually move down to more defensive numbers like 6 and then 5, and now I just pick up whatever shirt I prefer in the bag. But yeah, as you can see, the manager grants us that wish, or assistant coach apparently. It's not big enough for the manager. And we have also been thrown straight in the deep end. First game we're starting. It is out on the right, which isn't obviously where we've chose to play, but we'll have to make do with it. And the first game will be against Sheffield Wednesday. You can see I haven't got the license kits here, and I understand that on PlayStation you are able to, and I have sorted this out for the future, so second episode, although the first game will still be in these kits, I have sorted out past that point, as you may have saw the license kit in the thumbnail. So yeah, first game against Sheffield here, sadly in the Konami Stadium, that's not changed either. You can see the boys in the tunnel, little Barry Bannon there, skipper for Sheffield Wednesday. And ours, to be fair, I forgot who our captain is. Really show my knowledge of Barnsley here. But just another quick look at the graphics. Obviously with these players not really being high profile, a lot of them won't have game faces, so you are taking a guess at who most of these are. I mean, I know what Chaplin looks like personally, and it's not the worst job they've ever done with the hair and facial hair. At least the face might be lacking, but we kick off here. They play it forward into Stephen Fletcher, out to Kadeem Harris, and what a way to open us up. 7 minutes in and there's already been a belter scored by the computer. Kadeem Harris for Sheffield Wednesday puts us 1-0 down. After celebration you will get another look at it. See, they're chuffed to bits with it. You are only playing Barnsley. Barnsley, if you don't know, probably one of the weakest sides in the Championship. They are flirting around the relegation zone in real life. You get another look at here as they move it forward. Shift left to Kadeem Harris, chips up for himself. Just a lovely finish, keeper ain't going to get anywhere near that. And there's another look here. As you can see, they have played Connor Chaplin centrally and they are lumping long balls forward. We get on it here and you will see I'm starting off being cautious. I don't know what's good on PES at the moment, so I'm not going to go around darting around players thinking I've got it like that. Because again, as I say, I'm clueless. We go back to the keeper here, he seems pretty chill on the ball. Comes back down our right side. That does get into our feet again. We cut back again, I'm being extremely cautious, managed to get it further down the right. Move it centrally to Chaplin now. We do it back out to the right again. Just try and stick across him, but the fullback does get his back in the way. Goes out for a corner. As you can see here, unfortunately for us, it's cleared rather easily. But nothing came of that. Around halfway through the first half, it goes to the centre back. I think I've made a good enough challenge here and I will run through on goal. Ref doesn't agree with me, which was rather disappointing at the time, especially when you see the replay. To me, I see nothing wrong in that at all, but from what I know, when you press holding the X button, which is a way of just charging down players on this game, the refs do seem to favour the defender if they end up on the floor. 4-3 kick from them there, and it does end up back at our feet as we start to burst down the right. Open up our legs a bit. We do seem to run ourselves out of options, so again I have to cut back. shift it into our centre midfielder, moves it further into the middle. We do end up coming back out right. Scavaro plays it into my feet. Again, can't really find the space to do much. Try and come in centrally, and Barry Bannon's having none of it. I mean, as you see at this stage, even little Barry Bannon's barging us off the ball. Just not too impressive. But we win it high up the pitch here. Does end up into my feet. Again, I am looking down the right, managed to burst open again. Cross in. A bit more dangerous that time. Obviously, well, for starters, we got past the first man, and I thought Connor Chaplin's gone and missed a sitter there. They do show that he is offside in the replay, but regardless, it did cause a bit of danger this time, so we're getting somewhere. But again, they play straight for the midfield, and I left this in as well. Not only is it a good chance, and our keeper makes a good save, but you will see that defenders seem to love to back off almost into their own 6-yard box, so they don't seem to do enough at closing down strikers. So the two consistencies here, you will see a lot of long balls, and you will see a lot of defenders backing off, and just generally some questionable football at times, but equally some nice stuff. It's kind of odd to experience. The half-time whistle goes there. We haven't been up to too much so far. I think I have increased the game length slightly. These were, I think, 12-minute games. I have increased it up to 15 for the future. We're going into the second half here. I think we do win it back quite early. Yes, we win it here. Play into the centre back, not this, that's who I pointed at, but we work with it. And again, they've lumped it forward. We do win it this time. It does end up down the right as I tackle the fullback. I think I'm bursting into a bit of space here. He absolutely deals with me. Odebajo. He wasn't even known to be the most defensive of fullbacks, but regardless, he brought me to the floor there. Again, we try and get open down the right if we can. Does play a decent ball into us. I believe we do again cut back, sticking a decent cross this time. Woodrow does get his head on it. It is a bit of a 50p head and it flies into the crowd, but you could argue it's the first chance we've made. And again, they've lumped it forward. It's fallen down to us this time. A bit speculative, but I thought I'd see what the shooting's like. It wasn't a bad effort. It was never probably going to go in, but you made the keeper parry his shot, so it wasn't too bad. First bit of defensive work there as we win the ball back. Again, they've lumped it forward. It is endless. And he then makes a complete ash of the pass and we lose the ball again. So again, as I say, sometimes the football can be quite questionable. Sometimes the defenders are still backing off. If anything, that's probably a bit more than a sometimes. It's happening all the time. And after this replay, if we do skip, we have been subbed off. Now the stamina does fall down quite quickly on PES, which I kind of understand. At the end of the day, FIFAs can end or feel a bit kind of like an endless tank at times. Played a decent bit of football there with me not on the pitch. Seems they're now stopping the long balls and wanting to play it short as soon as I go off, which is handy. My pro, well, you wouldn't have seen, isn't very tall because I'm not very tall, only about, for the early 170 centimetres, so around the 5'8" mark. Not too heavy either, only about 71 kilograms I think. So I'm saying we will be knocked off the ball much. Winning headers isn't really an option. We stick in the corner here, and it is cleared off the line. Again, they do seem to be stepping up their game as soon as I've left the pitch. Cheers for that, lads. You'll see it closer here. He's stopped on the line, but I believe that's probably Barry Bannon. We do get the second corner. You can see they're bunched up, which isn't, it's a nice little animation. And eventually they will split last second. I think he is going to get on at the back post, but they do just about get their head there. And then Williams on the left here makes the great decision to fake shot off the pitch. So that's the end of that attack. And that's the end of the game as well. So we start off losing 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, they are a better side than Barnsley, but you would want to do better than we did. Weren't too many chances created. Well, they seem to step up as soon as I said, got subbed off. You see the match ratings here after looking at the stats. And we do just get a base 6, so not terrible. We haven't negatively affected the game, but we haven't really affected it at all either. Not too many touches of the ball. As we forward time and see that first they're giving out Europe's best player. And it does go to Messi. I'm kind of surprised after my 60-minute cameo that wasn't enough to win Europe's best player award, but again, you can't always get the recognition you deserve. Now we look here and they have put us on the bench for today, which is another thing PES have that FIFA don't. You can come off the bench. Although when I say come off the bench, you will see it doesn't quite work that way. We're playing Birmingham here as they start an attack down the left. switch it right to Magoma. He does get into feet of Jukovic. He does catch it well. Absolutely ripples the back of the net. And again we're 1-0 down. Keeper hits our centre back with a kick there. Do get it into the feet of Schmidt. Exchanges with Thomas. Receives it again. Holds off his man, spins his man. And a good near post finish, to be fair to him. Gets Barnsley back in the game and our first goal of the season. So fair play to Schmidt for that. And that'll be half time. So pretty even half. Again, I've only really showed the goals. I'm not on the pitch, so I'm not going to show you a plethora of highlights. It's all about me at the end of the day, isn't it? But I see the stats here. With the 50-50% possession, you can see it was even. I know we only had one shot, but most of their shots weren't testing, including that untesting shot from what was a great pass. I wanted to show that I'm saying PES do have these abilities for the computers to sometimes pick out these quality balls. The finishing, however, doesn't always match it. So you can see it completely just splits the defence in between the centre backs. That's an awful attempt on goal. Late in the game here, they do kind of knock it around the edge of our box. You can see, I want to say that's Dougal completely on a tear up. He's lost his cool, not only once, but twice. He's not messing around, he wants to keep this point and get our first of the season, which we do. So not too awful. We'd have liked to come on the pitch, as you can see he never subbed me on. But I believe the ball never went off the pitch after the 67th minute, which back in the day used to kind of be the sub minute. I don't know if that's still the same now. But regardless, if we didn't come on the pitch, whether it's to do with the only 6 we got in the first game and we have to take more of the opportunities given to us, I don't know. But yeah, we managed to not get on the pitch at all that game. Again, the stats stayed pretty even. Weren't too many shots in the game overall. As we look here now, in our messages, and again they've put us on the bench. So we'd like to see if we can come on this time, but first game wasn't too encouraging to think we can. So we're going to a game against Leeds here, probably the best team we've played so far, and it isn't an English Cup first round, which I probably believe is the FA Cup. Obviously I did lack the licensing at this time, so I'm not aware. But yeah, probably the biggest game we've played so far, as we've only played a couple of league games, and at that point you don't know what you're playing for yet. I could have probably showed you more in the first half, but SHAREfactory does have a clip limit. I can't exceed that, unfortunately, so it does hold me back sometimes, but not too much going on in the first half anyway, and even less going on in the second, as literally it is highlightless. And it does move on to extra time in the first round. See the stats there, not too much going on. They do split our defence with a pass there, straight through to Tyler Roberts, and 1-on-1, he's not going to miss that. So in the 94th minute, he does put Leeds 1-0 up. It's looking very dire for Barnsley at this point. It's looking like we will go out of the first round of the Cup. As we get tackled in the box, they play it forward here, and that is all that she wrote. So yeah, out of the Cup in the first round, bit disappointing. I'd have liked to have done something about it, but apparently the manager didn't see fit for me to play. And it's kind of a telltale sign when I play right wing, when I ask to be a second striker, that I'm not too important in his plans at the moment. You can see the stats here, they did end up kind of dominating a bit more. They did get more shots off than us. And the thing made even more disappointing here is we would have had Aston Villa in the next round, who I do have quite a fondness for. It would have nice been played against Grealish and Mings and all those. Not that I probably would have got involved anyway, as the manager don't seem to like me too much at the moment. Can't blame him when I only played an average first game, but you've not given me a chance since, not even off the bench. The next game here is against Swansea, kind of a mid-table to bottom of playoff dwelling side. So there's a chance you can probably get something out of this game. But you can see they haven't even put me on the bench this time, so they're not going to kid me, leading me on thinking I might get some game time. They've just completely sent me off the bench. But the boys do draw 1-1, so it's not too terrible. But again, I would like to be getting involved, but apparently I'm not allowed to do that. We end off with some heartbreak, that we're not in the England squad, you can see in this message. Hopefully we can do more in the future to prove a spot on the side. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.